Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Ben Salem, and welcome to a new episode of The Night Show. Hello, Liana.
Hello, Ben. And hello, everyone watching. I'm Eliana, and we are so happy to join you through this episode for tonight as we are celebrating two beautiful occasions, Mother's Day and the International Day of Happiness.
Absolutely, Eliana. Happy is how all of us should mostly be. So, on March the 20th, the United Nations will be celebrating the International Day of Happiness to remind people around the world that being happy is a human right to everyone and worth celebrating. Also, the day right after that, March 21st, is the Mother's Day, which the Arab world from so many decades chose this day to appreciate the role of the mothers in this society. Now, happy Mother's Day to everyone, Eliana.
I would love to take this opportunity to wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your day, mamas, as you deserve to be pampered on this day and every day. Ben?
They do.
The International Day of Happiness. What a great gesture with an amazing purpose to spread the awareness of the importance of well-being and human happiness.
Indeed, Eliana. Especially now as the world is facing unprecedented challenges, well-being matters more than ever before. So, to emphasize the sense of happiness and joy, Hassan and the band are always here for us with their lovely music. Go ahead, guys. Great job, guys. This music really makes me feel happy.
It does. I love their music.
It's always great. Well, since tonight we mentioned we're going to be talking about two happy occasions, the Mother's Day and the Happiness Day. So I think maybe we should start talking about how to make the family happy.
Yes, the family combines different parts of the family. You sometimes have your pets, sometimes you have family members. Different
siblings,
type of
parents, spouses, different forms. And it's very important to know how to make your family happy. And I think the first thing that we have to think about is that we need to include the family members in our life. How? Like you need to talk to them. Because when you talk to them, they understand you more. They can share the good and the bad moments that you go through, in your daily life. And it's the other way. When you talk to them and they talk to you, you know what's going on in their life, and that helps you to be more connected to each other.
Absolutely. So if we were to say, what would you do to make your family happy? What are the type of things that you would do?
Well, maybe one thing we know as fathers, there's a lot of complaint that the father is always at work, always busy, sometimes in the Duania, and not spending enough time with the family. So I think like spending time with the family, something will make the whole family feels secured, happy, and safer with the presence of the father. So yeah, spend more family. And I'm not just talking about the father, same thing with the mother and the children.
Of course. So spending quality time, I would say.
Definitely.
Doing nice things for them.
Like what?
For example, doing house chores, cooking for them.
Okay.
So
you're gonna do
your kids.
Okay. Let's go back to this point. So like you're willing to do like the house cleaning for the whole day just to make everyone happy.
Well, some chores.
Okay, this is a great idea.
Sharing is caring.
It is.
Makes everybody happy, right?
What did you say about the children?
Playing with the children. If you have small children,
Right.
doing games, doing activities
True,
with them,
true.
it makes them happy.
True, true. So spending more time with the family and helping out, whether it's something around the house or going, trying to run the errands for the house and so on, is very important. Even as you said, the siblings, we encourage the brothers to help their sisters, the sisters to help their brothers, help each other out and so on, because again, that will make everyone feel loved and happier
Happy.
for sure.
Also, buying gifts for them could also bring
Okay.
happiness, right?
Uh-huh.
Imagine you
like
bring-
for example, I give some money for my child to buy me a present. Is that the way you're? No.
He could buy you a present and buy with the rest of them and you chocolate, because chocolate makes kids happy, right?
True. Makes the parents happy too.
Yes,
And
some
by
parents.
The way, by the way, giving the children some money to buy something for their mom and dad, even if it's your money that you give them, is actually a good idea, because also they will be doing some thinking about what to get you. And this is by itself is something like
It
really
helps their development.
It does.
It
And
does.
as a parent, it makes you feel good, because they're like, oh, okay, my kids, although it's my money, but my kids got me this, they know what I like, and this is really good idea.
Yeah, it becomes thoughtful. They start thinking about the parents, and it makes you happy as well. So it kind of like flows back your happiness.
Okay, so generally talk to the family, listen to them. This is very important, and we stressed that last time with Russia. You need to listen to each other. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. Just listen to them as they talk about their daily life at the end of the day, trouble at work, stress with peers, whatever. So talk to them, listen to them, help with the work around the house and outside the house, and get them presents, as you said.
Do nice things
Nice things
like cooking,
Yeah.
doing house errands, and so forth.
even a small thing like sending a text to your wife, or sending a text to your husband or to your child saying like, I miss you, I can't wait, like when you come back home. Small things also make difference.
Yeah, of course, small things, and buying jewelry to your wife.
Okay.
That would definitely make
no,
her
we
happy.
we have not rehearsed this. We have not even like agreed that we're going to talk about such a thing. Okay. Well, we actually don't rehearse before the show, definitely. And the jewelry thing is the invention and her dreams, Eliana. Okay. Anything else we can add before we get our friends coming over?
I think we should get our friends over.
We
right
should
now.
get our friends over, because usually the second segment is actually over a cup of coffee. We have our coffee, we're gonna have our friends, and before that, the band is gonna play something that makes us feel good.
Happy.
Go ahead. I feel good already, guys. Thank you. This is a great song by James Brown. He has a lot of albums and songs, but like till today, this is his like best ever. And by the way, James Brown has visited Kuwait a long time ago in the 70s. Don't ask me if I attended the concert because I was a kid at that time.
That was my first question.
Oh, hey Jay, how are you?
Hey Ben, how's it going?
Welcome. I'm very
Welcome,
well,
everyone,
thank
to
you.
our
And
show.
Hajar.
Thank you, doing good.
Ali, it's been some time we haven't seen you.
Yes, welcome, Ben. I mean, we haven't caught up since you came back, but I do want to say that the team definitely held down the fort.
Well,
when
we
were
miss
gone.
you a lot, and this
Likewise.
is the whole idea about the cup of coffee. We also would like to have Hassan join us. Hassan, aren't you going to join us?
Hassan.
He was enjoying the
Hassan
guitar.
brought you coffee. You might as well grab your cup.
Yep, that's your special request, black coffee. Thank you. You're welcome. So Hajar usually chooses a topic from the list of topics that we have.
Only have
What do we have today?
one.
We're
We
down
only
to
have
the very
one
last one.
We
today.
have one left. I'm gonna save it for the next episode. I'm sorry.
What happened?
What about this episode? What are you going to talk about?
Come up with another one.
Don't tell me you and Omar ran out of like ideas for the topics.
My bad. I didn't write any.
Okay,
I,
so
s- I s- no, this is a democracy. I say we put our hands up. Who wants to actually open it right now?
I have an idea.
She has an
I
idea.
would
have a
vote for
good
next
topic.
week.
I'm gonna.
I have a good topic.
What are we going to do?
I have one too.
She has
Oh,
one.
She has an idea. She has an idea.
Since
all
we
right.
are celebrating happiness, the happiness day of happiness.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you mention one or two dishes that makes you happy and satisfied. Food, not
Oh,
sweets.
An easy
wait.
Not
one.
sweets.
So mention one or two dishes from
Yes.
your mother that makes you happy, so you can
Yes.
combine the two together.
That's true.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead,
Go
Eliana.
ahead. Oh,
Yeah.
I have a good one. I love stuffed vine leaves and bechamel macaroni.
Wow.
Is that ورق عنب?
ورق عنب
Oh,
بالعربي
okay.
ومعكرونة بالبشاميل.
What did she say instead of what I got?
Stuffed vine leaves.
Stuffed
Oh,
vine
yeah,
leaf.
yeah, there you
English.
go.
Translation.
I know you love food.
Oh,
So,
what gave it away, Ben?
so tell us, what do you like?
What makes me happy in a dish?
Yeah, something
Burger?
maybe, you know,
Pizza?
in the house.
Okra stew. My mom's okra stew. I
Okra.
love okra stew.
Really?
Okra soup.
Lamb okra stew. with
Lamb.
rice.
Oh,
Yeah.
with okra
Yeah, lamb
soup.
okra stew.
Healthy.
I thought you
Very
were gonna
healthy.
say
Lamb.
vegetarian dish.
No.
Man, with okra soup, you need to add like more, like okra soup. That's not.
Okra
is that
stew.
like green
Stew,
food?
stew.
Stew? Oh, I thought
Stew.
soup. You said. Oh my God.
Like
I
that,
thought-
bamia.
I know, but I
Bamia,
guess.
bamia.
It's not vegetarian at all.
What about you?
Well, tabbouleh and sweet potato.
How
my
sweet? What is it again?
Tabbouleh and sweet potato.
Tabbouleh.
Are you vegetarian?
Yes.
Ah, no wonder.
Guys, we're at the end of the season.
Do I
You
have
should
to
know how
translate tabbouleh?
Okay, the tabbouleh, by the way, it's very popular in the in the West. They learned a lot
Yes.
about the like Arabic food, especially from the Lebanese. So the tabbouleh, the hummus, and the baba ghanoush is like
Yes.
something they really adore. What about you, Ali?
My mom's machboos. Shout out to my mom. My mom, Ali.
Wait. You need to translate the machboos in English.
Machboos is like the Kuwaiti style
Compressed, I
rice.
don't
Yeah,
know.
it's compressed. It's where you cook the chicken. And then all that water and all that,
Fresh
that
water.
comes from the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the chicken.
Chicken, you know, like
Yeah,
grease
don't
from
tell
the
her about
chicken.
chicken.
I know she's
Don't talk
vegetarian.
to her about chicken.
Anyway, you then you cook the rice in that water, and then my mom is like the queen of machboos. So big shout out.
You can eat
Thank you very
machboos
much.
like rice with chickpeas, and that's it.
Wow,
No
really?
need for the chicken.
No, the flavor has to
So
be
I have to
strong.
introduce her to my mom. That the whole vegetarian thing can go away in like a split second, you know.
Hassan, what about you?
أنا مربيا.
Wait, Anam Rabian, we're in the
rice
English
with-
channel.
We're on the
Anam
English
Rabian,
channel,
that doesn't work.
Translation?
No, okay, that means
Me.
Shrimp?
Are you sure?
shrimps or prawns?
Prawns, maybe, yeah,
Prawns
prawns.
with-
Prawns
with
with
rice.
rice.
Yes.
The Indian way, which the Kuwaitis have adopted, right?
Yes, similar. It's
Spicy?
similar. It's not biryani though.
Uh-huh.
It's not like biryani.
Okay.
But it's very similar. Very similar. They cook the prawns. I think
to be a
with
little hard.
hashwa and
And baby shrimp.
no, it's a big shrimp.
Prawns are like
Prawns.
yeah.
Prawns are
Really?
yeah,
For
yeah.
Mrabian.
Yeah.
They
Mrabian
use
curry.
like the small Ah, turi. Okay.
What
Yes.
is
So
turi
there's
and-
types. There's the turi
Maybe
and
the mowish. Mowish is
Ali,
good.
he's talking about his mom, not your mom, okay?
How do you know I don't know his mom?
We should introduce you to his mom.
Hassan.
Maybe.
Kunna anti,
Okay, so when it comes to me, seriously, like the only thing I can think of, I mean, my mom is a great cook, and I definitely is dessert. So rangina. Rangina is very popular in Kuwait, which is dates and like I don't know, I don't know how to make it, but it's type
With
of
walnuts.
dessert.
Yes.
And
actually
I
rutab.
want to say something. I don't like dates, but I love the rangina, although the major thing in it is dates. So that's the only time I eat the dates from the rangina.
Ben,
Yes.
hot meal, not dessert.
We said
You
food,
can
not
always put it in the
sweets.
microwave. You can always
No,
put
no
it in the
sweets.
microwave.
No, we want to hear
No
like a
sweets.
dish.
Real
No
food.
sweets.
Come on,
Go
Ben.
ahead,
Sugar
have
rush.
the main dish you like.
Don't you eat food?
I do, I do.
He lives on sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sugar. Yeah.
I'll go for majboos with Ali.
Yeah,
That's
right?
a cop out. That's a cop out, and you know it.
Go classic. Yeah.
Okay, since we're talking about like what mothers cook and so on, I think the band have prepared something really nice for us. Mother's Day, we know it's the 21st of March. And the Arab world, by the way, not all the countries in the Arab world celebrate, let's say, this day, but most of them. We'll give them more details for the audience later on. Because we know in the US, for example, and most of the Western world, it's in May. So anyway, in the Arab world, a great song that I'm sure all the Arabs know is, what is it, Hassan? You told me like you're going to play it tonight. Sitt al-Habayib?
Sitt al-Habayib, yes.
One of my favorites.
Sitt al-Habayib is by Faiza Ahmed, a great singer, the late Faiza Ahmed. She sang it in 1958. And they started, by the way, celebrating the Mother's Day in 1957, so like a year right after that. It was composed by Hussein Sayyid, the lyrics written by Muhammad Abdul Wahab, the great Muhammad Abdul Wahab. And he also actually sang it solo by himself, with the oud. But Faiza Ahmed sings it really nicely, and you promise you're going to play it tonight.
Yes, we will. Can I?
Okay, so yeah, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
So we have Luay and Dr. Ahmed and the other Ahmed and Saud with Hassan gonna play one of the most famous songs in the Arab world about mothers, which is Sitt al-Habayib. We can translate it to the queen of the lovers, or like the queen mother. Go ahead, guys. Habayib, as we said, a very popular song. Every Mother's Day, every year, it has to be, around that day. Now, today we're going to take our regular tour where we go around the world. And we said the first thing we're going to talk about is the Mother's Day in the Arab world.
Yes.
Hajar?
Yes. Do you know it's first celebrated in Egypt?
True.
I guess in 1956. Yes. The idea came with two Egyptian journalists, Mustafa and
Mustafa
Ali
Amin.
Amin.
And his brother.
Yes, in response with a letter from mothers, they're claiming that their children do not take care of them in their old age.
Yeah.
Yes, so the readers welcomed the idea.
Sure.
And it's first celebrated in Egypt.
Right.
Yes.
This, as you said, actually, like Amin brothers, like the first time the idea came out in 1943, and they talked about it in the magazine, but it was not adopted officially. So they tried to promote it for like a decade at least, till the ex-president of Egypt, Jamal Abdel Nasser, officially declared it like 21st of March, like a day where they celebrate Mother's Day, and then it just got spread all around the Arab world because it's a great idea. So this is the story of Mother's Day in the Arab world.
That is true.
And then we had Sitt al-Habayeb,
Yes.
Faizan Hassin in the following year. Okay, so Kuwait does celebrate, by the way, the Mother's Day.
Yep.
I know Jazr al-Qamar also, Comoros. Libya does, Syria does, Egypt, as you said.
Yes.
Tunisia, I don't think so, but most of the Arab countries, they do that. Okay, an interesting thing also related to Mother's Day is that not all people around the world say mama or mother or like mom.
They say in Japanese, haha.
No way.
Really?
They do.
No.
And if they want to laugh, what would they say? No, you're making this up. I
No,
don't-
no, definitely.
Well,
in
this
Japanese,
is my
it's
game.
haha.
Yeah, she speaks
In
5
English,
languages, I
mother.
think.
In
Yeah.
Spanish, madre. In Turkish, anne.
Anne.
In
Yeah.
Hungarian, Anya.
And in Russian, Matis.
Or mate
Wow.
in Ukrainian.
Have you noticed it always starts with M?
Yes, I
Yeah,
wanted to
that's
say
Ma,
that. Yes.
madre, madar, but sometimes, rarely with N, like
Yes.
Nana.
Like our Anya in Hungarian. Yes.
Right,
And
right.
in French, la mère.
La mère.
La mère.
La mère.
No kid in France would call his mom la mère. No.
Mama.
Mama.
But I mean, the
Yeah,
word
it's
mother.
always the M.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when they grow up, they can always change it to la mère, as you said. But
Yeah.
imagine like a baby, like 7 months, la mère. That would be so weird.
And in the Hindi language,
The Hindi language?
ma.
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 Yeah. Ma. Ma.
In
Sure.
Thai, ma.
Ma.
Now I'm curious. What do you guys refer to? How do you address your mother? What do you
Mama.
say?
Mama.
Mama?
Depends.
Yumma?
Like,
Ummi.
la, yumma.
Yumma.
Okay. Or, depends.
You're gonna laugh.
No, it's probably the same
It's the
thing
new
I say.
generation. They
What
have
do you
they have
say?
a different way of
Well,
saying it.
sometimes,
Sometimes.
Just say it. Say it.
Sometimes.
ya mama, ya ammi.
Yeah, mama, yeah, and me.
You made me laugh. You were laughing while saying
I
it.
told you're gonna laugh.
No, I say mama.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
say
mama. It's like as if it's like you're scared. Yeah, mama.
Ali, have you wondered?
Syrian accent, you know.
Oh, okay.
Ali, have you wondered why it always, most of the time, say like 90% at least or 95, it starts with M?
No, I have no idea.
Well,
why.
because this is the easiest thing a baby, a child, when he starts
yeah.
to talk, to like produce the letter M.
I've heard that. Like I think that's easier.
Right. Well, most of kids they can say M, and then they can also utter the letter P, and this is why it comes, the papa and the baba and so on. With a vowel after the M, and this is why. But there is a very interesting information. Now, let me tell you, before I tell you the information. So when the kid says ma for the first time ever, and the mom is there, she gets excited, right? And then she keeps repeating it, and the child would get it. Everyone would say, or the mom would force it because she knows in her language, she says, just say mama, mama, the whole time. Now, if you go to Georgia, mama is not mama. Mama is the baba.
Oh.
They call the father mama.
No way.
Seriously, I don't know. But remember what we said. The first time a child would say mother or mama, the mom would get excited. So I guess, I'm not really sure. I'm just making this up. I think the first time ever a Georgian baby said, mama, the father was there. Wasn't the mama. And the father got excited and he would say, yes.
That's me.
That's me.
And then when the mama came, they would say, okay, there's no place for you. You can go for baba. Seriously.
So they call the mother Baba?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. So this is
Interesting.
really interesting. Okay, what about the Argentinian family?
Oh, when I heard
what?
about this,
The
I was like,
Argentinian family.
it's-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Astounding.
22, what is it, 22 years?
Yes.
22
They've
years.
been going around the world in this car for 22 years.
I can't
6 years
stand
after they got
being in a
married.
car for 4 hours on a short road trip. I don't understand this.
And by the way, it's like this is a jalopy car, 1928, the model, 1928.
Wow.
And they drove in this car for 22 years around the world for 362,000 kilometers.
Wow.
Wow.
How did they make a living? I wonder. Like, from where did they
Well,
spend?
they went just newly couples, and if they could make 3 kids or 4, so I'm
Four.
sure they could make a living.
Where did you give birth to 4 human beings?
in the
Right
car.
22 years, man.
You know, you-
they
car.
gotta live.
You park over and you deliver, you know?
Yeah. Let's go. I gotta hit that gas station.
No, okay. They were not definitely working, but they stayed most of the time over friends or people they would meet. You know, they made a lot of friends around the world. They were like a cool family, and I'm sure a lot of people were so happy to have them as guests in their houses, and this is what they did. So when they had the first baby, they thought, okay, this is something new. When they got the second baby, they did something interesting. They actually enlarged the car. They cut the car in 2 halves. They added like a bridge in the middle.
Wow.
No
And they
way.
made the car longer
Wow.
with adding more seats.
And people get lazy these days when they have these giant RVs, beds, microwaves, and everything. But you know, there's one of the kids is like 12,
19.
14,
She's
19
Yeah,
years
it's been
old.
22 years now.
When she was like
So
10.
within like 3 years of their
They
trip,
got the first baby.
They got their first kid.
Mhm. All teenagers now.
And then moving around the world, how did they do their schooling?
Homeschool.
Homeschooling.
No, car school.
The mom was taking care of teaching the kids, and she did a great job. The only time they had like major difficulty was during the corona. Other than that, they said we also had some difficulty during Ebola time in Africa, and also during the birds flu thing.
Oh, yeah.
22 years, man. This is
Wow,
life.
can you imagine that? I'm just imagining that 19-year-old kid when they were like 10 years old. It was like, Mommy, when do we get home? 9 years, honey. 9 years, honey. We'll be there.
One of the kids was born in Canada. The other, I think, in the U.S. The third was born like in Africa.
So they all
somewhere.
got different nationalities.
I was just about to say.
Interesting. Interesting.
Because how could you get an Argentinian nationality
Yeah.
when you haven't been home all these years?
Yeah, they're going now to Buenos Aires. You know, this is where they started. And talking about, reaching out with the family and communicating with the others, usually we do that, over the phone maybe. But Bill Gates, said the future is in microchips.
Via tattoos.
Yeah, like
Electric
electronic tattoos, actually.
Electronic tattoos.
It's a microchip, it has like the barcode or
Right.
similar to like what people have, the tattoo thing. But it's electronic tattoo, a microchip that can be actually on your skin.
Yes.
It's not going to be inserted inside.
Yeah, just under the skin. yeah.
Applied
Not really under
No,
the
not-
skin. It's
not
going to
even.
be
Look at it
it's going to
right
be
here.
obvious. It's going to be clear.
Look at it. Look
Look.
at it right here.
On the skin.
Yeah.
On the
Like
skin.
a sticker, like the
It's
kid
almost like a
sticker.
sticker.
Yeah,
The
Like a
silicone.
barcode.
it's gonna be applied on the skin temporarily for sure, and with a small sensor that receive information
True.
and send.
Like what
information,
usages can we have from
With a
this
special ink
special ink?
that conduct electricity.
It has a lot of senses
Well,
and.
what are the uses, Ben?
I mean,
Well, it can give, the person the history of his, like, say, medical history. Also, if you get a flu or like fever, it will tell you directly, like you're having something wrong, so go see the doctor. It helps a lot.
you could also
It will help
probably,
you with your daily
That is very
tasks,
beneficial.
with your human being
pay,
well-being.
pay for your Starbucks. Because we're already,
You can scan
we're already like
yourself.
doing that.
Scan your wrist.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
like
Debit card
technically,
anymore.
like these days, which is something I'm not up to date with so much, but I see people paying for stuff with their watches
Yeah.
and with their phones.
Yeah.
You don't even
NFC.
need to carry a wallet.
You
so
don't need
Not
cash or
anymore.
wallet
I don't
anymore.
need
so
that
the
anymore.
day that you're not going to need to carry a phone is pretty
It's
imminent.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
Digital
pretty close.
world.
Well, it makes me happy to see like the whole world is progressing and advancing. And since we're talking about World's Happy Day, there's a big summit today. Actually, is taking place in Miami, a conference about happiness.
That's cool.
People attending physically and also online
It's
in Miami
celebrated-
University.
It's celebrated for 3 days.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
3-day event. That's cool.
Everything related to happiness.
So it was actually the United Nations that started this in 2013.
True.
And
2012, right?
2012,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost there. Yeah, the United Nations.
And for 2022, what is their motto for this year?
I'm not really sure. Do you know?
I think it is be calm, kind, and wise.
Oh, I'm always wise, and I
Not
I
calm.
think I'm kind.
Definitely not calm.
This is a mean laugh.
Mean laugh, right? Good acting then. Good acting.
Okay, now let's go to the last piece of the news. There was like a shooting championship in Nicosia.
Trap shooting,
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
And the Kuwaitis, as usual, they did a great job.
Oh, yeah. Kuwait
Golden
has been-
medals.
Golden
Kuwait
and
has
bronze.
Been very dominant when it comes to
Yeah.
trap shooting, double trap shooting, skeet shooting. They have just been very, very much a lot talented.
A bronze
This is-
was achieved by Talal Rashidi from Kuwait, and also the whole team later on. They also got the gold medal. That was the trap competition. It was actually Nasser Al Maqlid and Abdurrahman Al Fayhan and Talal Al Rashidi. Great job, guys. And the Kuwaitis always, like in different fields, they really surprise us with the great performance and the stuff that they do.
And
Always
we
proud.
got a champion sitting here. He's good at.
Oh yeah, I'm going shooting
That
today.
is-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Join them
Really?
next time.
You should be in Cyprus by now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
الكويتي
like-
معروف. الكويتي معروف.
Yeah,
Very
I
well
mean,
known.
Shooting for us, and I think even bodybuilding and shooting, Kuwait has always been.
You'd
making
get
a
surprised
huge
at how
dent.
many athletes we have, world-class
Yeah.
athletes.
Oh,
in
jet
Kuwait.
skiing.
Jet
The whole.
skiing.
We got some serious people.
So
man,
as
very
we said,
talented.
the Kuwaitis always makes us proud,
Yeah,
mashallah, with their performance.
For a very small country, a very small population compared to the rest of the world, you guys are amazing.
And
We are amazing.
we're still celebrating the national days, the 61st anniversary of the Independence Day and the 31st anniversary of the Liberation Day. So why not have one of our lovely songs, الكويتي معروف.
يا نادر الهيلة لك حب مصفوف عجيب وسميدة الكويتي معروف الكل يا الكويتي بالحب يغلي يلي تحل كل المشاكل بينا الطيب اساسك والوطن يفتخر فيه شرواك يا الكويتي الطيب شرواك نحبك احنا حب ونحب طارق واعتقد خطواتك والمجد مرضاك لا زال في انجاز يا كويتي يمديك لدايا وصلنا نلقاك الخير وياك يا نادر الحيلة لك حب مصفوف الكويتي معروف يا نادر الحيلة الكويتي معروف
Welcome back to the Night Show, and we know like every person has a unique life experience. Hence, various experiences of happiness. And I would still say, though, like it's valuable, really valuable for people to continue observing and revising what makes them happy at given time as they continue striving for fulfillment throughout their lifetime, Eliana.
True, Ben. Our guest today is a certified psychotherapist in Kuwait, UAE, England, and the United States, specializing in positive psychology and happiness and how to approach it. It will also share with us the secrets of human potential in understanding emotions such as happiness and hope, and how to apply this in understanding to improve the quality of our life. Welcome, Saoud Al Farhan.
So, Farhan, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. Appreciate
Thank you for like being with us. Just for a second, she paused with the psychotherapist and she said psycho, and I said, oh my God, we're not having a psycho tonight.
Oops.
Okay, interesting thing to say, by the way. Our guest name is Saoud Al Farhan. Al Farhan in Arabic, to translate in English, is happy. Mr. Happy, how are you?
Yeah, that's the same thing my father used to tell me. He used to bug me about it.
This is a cool thing.
Yeah, it is a cool thing. It is
It's
a cool thing.
thing.
Is that what got you into the field?
Funny enough, it only happened later on. I noticed it. Like 6 years later, I noticed it. But what got me in the field really is I was doing the mistake most people do and are still doing.
A
Is
mistake?
I was searching for happiness. I tried to commit suicide.
Is that wrong
twice,
to
but
search for happiness?
It is wrong.
Oh.
It's your fast way to unhappiness. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I was doing that for many years. I was clinically depressed. I committed suicide twice, didn't work.
Oh my God.
And by chance, I was Googling it, I think, back in 2001. And I discovered by chance that there is a field called positive psychology.
Positive psychology.
Yeah, which is different from psychology. And I noticed that there was a science behind happiness. I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. And on my struggles, I decided to get to know it better, Googled it better. You know, at the time, they used to put so many free information on the net at that
True.
time. And I got hooked up with a doctor called Richard Bandler. And I studied with him, and then Paul McKenna, and then...
He's from the...
Richard Bandler was from the US, Paul
the
McKenna from the
US.
UK.
Okay.
And in 2015, I decided to do my thesis on happiness. It was done in the UK, was supported by Dr. Robert Holden, the highest authority of happiness in the whole wide world. And funny enough, he was British, yet he was happy. And, you know, and he's a psychologist as well.
That's a me
Yeah.
joke about the Brits.
He jokes about it himself.
Okay.
And it got approved in 2018 in the US, UK, and the Saudi, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and the Emirat, UAE.
Great.
And this is it. You know, it's
Simple-
funny, sometimes these things just happen to you.
Simple question.
Yeah.
Before we go further, what is the definition of happiness?
There are millions and millions and millions of definitions of happiness. My favorite one really is to be comfortable with your own self, accepting your own self fully. You know, with your wounds, with your background, the way you look, your tummy, you know, your age, your wrinkles, being accepting who you really are with no conditions. You know, a lot of people fall the mistake is I will accept myself when. You know, fill in the blank. I'll be happy when, fill in the blank. But if you be happy now, if you accept yourself now, be comfortable in your own shoes of some sort. This is the real definition of happiness, really.
Okay.
Instead of putting conditions to being happy, finding it now, being happy with your own self now, accepting yourself now, with what you have now, is the purest definition of happiness because it will stop you from searching for it outside of you.
Makes sense.
Speaking of that, in your field, so what are some of the techniques that you switch from a sad person, a depressed person, to a happy person? What are some of the techniques you use?
It's not much really of a technique. It's more like of having clarity. Nothing beats a clarity.
What do you mean by
beats
clarity?
knowing where you are
Okay.
and then knowing where you want to go and how to go there.
Okay.
So there are some techniques, but in my work, usually I work on the identity level. So there is no technique of doing this and visualizing that. It's just having the clarity of where you are today and why are you here. And then finding out where you want to go and how to go there in the most elegant way.
So this is nice, but it might be big for some people. I mean, big words. Can we be like more specific? My question is, how can I be happy?
The shortest shortcut of being happy, okay, is appreciating what you have now.
Okay.
The more you appreciate what you have now, the more eligible you'll be able to appreciate things that come to you later.
Okay.
If you can't, let's put it this way. If you can't be happy with Ashadani or 10 KD, most likely you won't be able to be happy with 100. But if you're happy with 10 KD or 5 KD, you're eligible to be happy with 100 KD. And then when the more of that comes to you, you know what to do with it.
Okay.
The more you appreciate what you have now. This is funny. I've done a research in 2018 until 2020, pre-corona time, you know. And in the UK, we've discovered there is not one secret for people, for happy couple. And we've included 24,000 couples from all over the world, all over the world. The only common thing between all of them, all of 24,000 couples, is they know how to have the best day they have with what they have today.
Nice.
Every other thing is variable. This is the only common thing.
Makes sense.
So this is the secret to happy life. This is the secret to happy marriage. This is the secret to happy, you name it, happy work. If you're able to focus on what you have now rather than what other people have, if you're able to appreciate what you have now, This is the shortest shortcut to being happy.
Okay. I'm sure you came across a lot of patients. So if we were to say you were to choose one of the best case that you had and one of the worst case that you had that you could never forget.
Let's focus on the best. We don't want to be
best.
negative.
Okay,
the best.
Best.
Well, the best case I had in a sense of I learn from them. I learn from every client I have. You know, they all add value, and the best one I had, they were. I'm not going to mention any names, but if she's watching, you know, she told me it's okay if I want to talk about it anyway.
Okay.
That was many years ago. She got burned 3 times.
Oh my God.
3 different times. I mean, face, body, arms, everything. You name it.
Oh, yeah.
And the first time she got burned,
Must be hard.
it affected her badly. Okay, and then she done all the operations outside of Kuwait, and then 2 years later, I think she got burned again.
Yeah.
A few months later, she got burned again.
A lot of people cannot survive this.
No, not even the first
So
one.
what happened?
She told me this. You know, this is the thing that got stuck to me. She said, "I want to choose who I want to be, rather the life circumstances forcing me to be."
Very
She
wise.
wanted to choose. She chose her identity. You know, her identity is based on her choices rather on life circumstances.
No matter what, you know, the way she looks and so on.
Yeah, and she came to me. I didn't even know she had that. I didn't know she had that. She said, "I'm still burned on the inside. Every time I remember, you know, what happened to me,
Yes.
the operations, the suffering, the people who left her because of her looks."
Right.
But when she told me this, it was like, wow, I mean, this could be a bumper sticker. It's amazing. You know, I choose who I want to be, rather life circumstances forcing me what to be. This was amazing.
I like that. That's so inspiring.
There's a very important point in here that I would like to maybe you to elaborate. But before we do that, we actually also, like the team here, they went out and they asked people about what they think of happiness, since, you know, it's
That's
the World Happiness Day. And we have this short, you know, a questionnaire or say report about such a thing. Let's watch it together and we'll continue with our guest, Mr. Saud Al-Farhan.
So what does happiness mean to you?
Happiness is doing sport, being with my family makes me happy, and travel. Travel makes me happy.
Awesome. What does happiness mean to you?
Sports and plants
That's cool. Why do you like plants?
because I love planting.
Awesome.
Money, family, travel, anything like that.
Happiness is something that you could be grateful for. You know, there's a lot of things that people don't have and you have. Like, for example, food, money, family, friends, like a lot of stuff that other people wish they have. Like, the life that you live is like a luxury to them.
Happiness is everything, like gathering with family, traveling, anything. Sometimes it may be money.
Thank you.
Questionnaire from the audience. Going back to our point, you spoke about this specific case, the one who suffered from like burnings in the past and so on. And I noticed you said like happiness is to know where you are now and where you're heading. My question is, a lot of people are so obsessed with the past.
Yeah.
So she had like a terrible past because of all these accidents. How we can overcome the past to achieve happiness and reach a better future?
That's a good question.
It's a very good question. I like that. I like that question. I'm going to answer with something that's been told to me about my past. You know. And it was told to me by Richard Bandler. He said, and it took me a lot of time to understand this. And there are 2 aspects of that answer. One is the intellectual part, which is the best thing about the past is that it's over. And the best thing about the future is that
The best thing about the past that
it's over.
Over.
It's over.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over. It's like if you're living in the past, it's like if you have a wound and it's healing, and every time you prick it again, and it's going to bleed again. This is living in the past. So whenever it heals, you just prick it
gonna
again,
fix you
prick
all
it
the
again, prick
time.
it. It will always keep on bleeding until it scars. But if you get this understanding that the past is over, and the best thing about the future is you can do whatever you want with it.
How?
The future is not written.
Oh, okay.
You can do whatever you want with it. And the future starts now, not tomorrow. So whatever you do now is going to be part of painting the image of the future.
It's going to result in something in the
Exactly.
future.
And it starts today. It doesn't start tomorrow, next week, next month. It starts today. And every day you can start a new future. But if you're stuck in the past, then you're stuck with what happened to you, and it's already done. There's nothing you can do about
You
it.
can't go forward.
No. And thank God that, and this is the, let's say, the spiritual part of the answer. Thank God there's something called forgiveness. You know, forgiveness, it's very difficult for many people, especially if you need to forgive yourself. It's easier to forgive others than to forgive yourself, right? I mean, it's
But
common
it's
sense.
very important to forgive yourself.
Yes. And it's key. You can never have, you can never have a better past. You can never have a better
Because
past.
it's over.
It's over. It's done. It's written.
History.
But you can forgive yourself for having that past. And forgiving is not about being back friends with a grievance. Forgiving is making a choice not to be sculptured by your past. Forgiving is, it's like putting a date on the calendar. I'm going to grieve until that date. And once that date comes, I'm going to
Look forward.
remove the grievance from my back. I'm going to remove the chains from my back, and I'm going to start living for the future for myself.
Nice.
So it's, again, there's no technique really, it's just a clarity. But that kind of clarity requires courage. Courage to decide to be who you really want to be, rather the decisions being made by something or someone else.
Nice. Thank you.
Nice. So you can say forgiving and being self-content are types of happiness. What more types are there to happiness?
There is really only three types of happiness, the way I see it. The way I see it, there's three types of happiness. There is pleasure, there is satisfaction, and there is, check the name, it's beautiful. This
What
is
is
a
the last
scientific
one?
name. Pleasure, satisfaction. The third kind, it has a beautiful name, and this is the scientific name. It's called big happiness.
Oh, okay.
Big
so-
happiness.
In a nutshell, a pleasure, something has to happen outside of me to make me feel good.
Okay.
And the main hormone here in the brain is called dopamine. So a good meal, good shopping, you know, salary raise, having a nice corner office, nice view, traveling, you know, being upgraded from economy to first class for free, those kind of things. This gives me pleasure. You know, the burst you feel, it gives me pleasure. Now, that burst because dopamine has been released. And the problem with pleasure, it's important, but it's not happiness. The problem with it, it's temporary. It's like buying a new car. You know,
You
the
feel
first
good
day,
and happy about it, but then you get used to it.
you get used to it.
Becomes
yeah.
part of the routine.
It becomes part of the road, exactly. And pleasures, it's important because it gives flavor for the day, but it's not happiness. A lot of people confuse happiness with pleasure, so they keep on doing pleasurable things, thinking they're happy. But that's
Missing the point, missing the big happiness.
missing the big happiness, yeah. So pleasure is important, but it's not happiness. Something has to happen outside of me. And I can get used to it because there's something called hedonic adaptation, where the body adapts to the trigger coming from outside. It's like wearing the watch. You know, for first few hours, I might feel it, then I don't feel it. The second part of happiness is satisfaction. Satisfaction is when something happens to me that represents me. I see it happening outside of me. I feel satisfied for that happened. Or remembering a pleasurable experience that happened in the past. So remembering pleasure in the past makes me feel satisfied, gives me satisfaction. And if something happens to me, represents me, it makes me feel happy. Like my favorite football team wins, you know, they represent me, I feel happy. I didn't play the game. Or when my son graduates. I didn't graduate, but my son graduated, so I feel happy. Those two kinds of happiness, something has to happen outside of me. And they represent of your happiness, total happiness, they represent only 10%.
Wow.
Only 10%. Now the 90%, the big happiness, has nothing to do with outside of me. It has everything to do with my identity. And we find it by courageously answering those two questions. Who do I really want to be? What kind of person do I really want to be? And what do I really want to do?
Answering these questions will
Answering those two questions and
get you
acting
to the
on
big
them,
happiness.
being courageous enough to decide who I want to be, not what the culture wants me to be, not what the community wants me to be, not my parents want me to be, not my, just name it, wants me to be. Who do I really want to be? So I need to remove all the layers and reach my heart from the inside.
Nice.
Learning, because we're all born with an identity, then we rebrand it again. We become who others want us to be.
Awesome.
So that kind of happiness, guess what? You can never get used to it because you're hacking your neurology. Nothing coming from the outside. There's nothing I'm wearing. Nothing coming from us comes from the inside. It's all about life choices. Now, scientifically, life choices, without going into details, life choices gives you 90% of your permanent happiness. Permanent.
So it's you decide like your path of life.
Your
Because
path of
your
life.
choice.
How do you want to express yourself?
Right.
It really even affects your genes and epigenetics. Those kind of choices affect your genes.
Right. It's like when I choose to like listen to a certain piece of music, which makes me really happy. And by the way, I thought that the topic is very simple, but it's not. It's like it's a lot of there, like a lot of things in there.
It's an ocean.
So I think it's rude. Maybe you definitely have to visit us again in the future, right?
But might be my
Seriously,
pleasure.
we'd like
It'd be
to
my
like
pleasure.
his presence,
It's
like
so
by itself, it makes you
positive.
happy, right?
Seriously.
And talking about the music and so on, since we're wrapping up our interview for tonight, we'd like to dedicate maybe one of the songs by our band to you. You choose something that makes you feel happy.
Oh, you know that song, Because I'm Happy?
Oh, yeah.
Happy?
Farrell.
I don't
Williams of
remember
Full
his name.
Farrell something?
Farrell something. Yeah. If you happy.
Happy.
It's called the happy song.
Happy.
Guys,
Hit
are
it.
you going to make us happy? Our guest needs to be happy. Thank you. Thank you, Saud.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
we're back and we're talking about Mother's Day because, as we said, in a couple of days from now, or 3 days specifically, is going to be the Mother's Day, which is a celebration honoring mothers and, motherhood and also the maternal bonds and the influence of mothers in society, Eliana. Or Ali, maybe also you can add to us.
Yeah, I got a piece to say. So it is celebrated on various days of the many parts of the world, Ben,
True.
right? And yet, most commonly, we have it in March and April and May. This is every year. This is so confusing for me. The celebration began in 1908 when Anna Jarvis had a memorial for her mother in West Virginia.
The U.S.
Yes, correct. And now, so Anna wanted to commemorate her mother, for Mother's Day, and she wanted it to be recognized as a holiday to her mother, who was a peace activist, and she wanted to honor her mother as she believed that a mother is the person that has done the most for you, other than more than anyone else in the world.
Now, I will be telling you more. By 1912, many states and towns had adopted Mother's Day as an annual holiday, and Anna had established Mother's Day International Association to help promote her cause. Her vision involved wearing white carnation as a badge and visiting one's mother. Therefore, in 1914, the U.S. President Woodrow Wilson signed a measure officially establishing the second Sunday in May as a Mother's Day. Hajar, tell us more.
But once Mother's Day became a national holiday, it wasn't long before florist card companies and other merchants capitalized on its popularity.
Became very commercial.
Yes, that is true. But by 1920, Anna became disgusted with how the holiday had been commercialized. She eventually restored to an open campaign against Mother's Day profiteers, speaking out against confectioners, florists, and even charities. And by 1948, Anna helped disown the holiday altogether and even actively lobbied by the government to see it removed from the American calendar.
That should have been hard.
That's astonishing.
What would you like to say, AJ?
That must have been hard on her.
Definitely.
Anyway, while versions of Mother's Day are celebrated worldwide, traditions vary depending on the country. For example, in the Middle East and the Arab countries, Mother's Day is always celebrated on March 21st, as we mentioned in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, exactly, AJ. March 31st. I'll remember this time, Mom. I promise. And here in Kuwait, it is traditionally, to involve, presenting your mom with all sorts of flowers and gifts and even chocolate. These are just the signs of appreciation that we try to display. And by the way, while browsing about this topic, I read something that was super interesting. Did you guys know that more phone calls are made on Mother's Day than any other day
Wow, that
around
makes
the world?
sense.
Everybody tries to connect with their mother during these holidays, and the phone traffic of the cell phone traffic of these towers all around the world
so busy.
is measured to go up by 37%.
Oh, Hajar.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all, Ali, because there are no enough words that can cover some of what mothers deserve, despite all that has been written about them in literature throughout history.
True, Hajar. And I would like to say, it's known that the homeland is the first mother for its children. It's the warm embrace in which we fall into its arm to maybe fill our hearts with the sense of safety and tranquility. Especially, if it's a great country like our country, Kuwait. Alhamdulillah, ala kul hal. So then only the best can be said about Kuwait. And in Kuwait, we use the word, this very popular word, zain. Absolutely zain, which means good, as we said, for the Kuwaitis, as we, still celebrating. We mentioned that earlier. We are on the national holidays. We're celebrating the 61st anniversary of the Independence Day, and we're also celebrating the 31st anniversary of the Liberation Day. Goodness, or zain kallah, is here in Kuwait. We're gonna just take a quick break with the zain and come back to you.
لا تعد ورانا لا ما تلحق العاد حنا عطانا فوق كل عد وحدود حنا لبعضنا في الرقائي وفي الجد من زين إلى زين إلى زين إلى زين
في عيدك احنا ترانا نتزين نلبس ملابس عيد ونردد اهلان اهلين بكل عيد باسمك تعنوان من زين الى زين الى زين الى زين
ليلنا كلمة ما ندعي الغل جنود هذه الأرض وبنت لها جنود لا ما رقى حبل المودة من انشان من زين إلى زين إلى زين إلى زين غنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها يا زينها ببرها وسماها يا حي نباها يا حي نباها غنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها وغنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها يا زينها ببرها وسماها يا حي نباها يا حي نباها غنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها
لك ود بالروح زان وتكون لك نور وهاد ما شفنا شكلان العيد بالوان لونك تلوان
من زين إلى زين إلى زين إلى زين غاب التقاني فينا لا الرد ولا نسان نبكي الكويت والله من دون مردود منا لا نتحنى بنكون لهنا من زين إلى زين إلى زين إلى زين غنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها يا زينها ببرها وسماها يا حي نباها يا حي نباها غنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها وغنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها يا زينها ببرها وسماها يا حي نباها يا حي نباها غنوا الحلاها غنوا الحلاها سمراء الأمير اللي كلامها By the way, a lot of the expats who live in Kuwait, they learn quickly like some of the common, very popular Arabic words like the Zenga thing, inshallah, like with, like hopefully it's going to happen with God's blessing, whatever, alhamdulillah, and so on. It's really cool. I think we should like focus more on this since a lot of audience of the night show are from the expats.
Yep.
Okay, so it's been a while. We have not played the battle. Saud, I'm so glad you're joining us in this segment.
Checking my chances.
Hopefully you win today.
Does he
the
know
battle.
the rules? Winner buys dinner.
Which never happens. Then like Oza's like dinners.
I never win. This is why, because the winner buys dinner, so no.
You might have a chance today.
So the game
owes us
today
30
is
dinners.
wrestling, and you can see Saud's, mashallah, body. You know, he's a bodybuilder. So, okay, now let's just get serious about this. It's actually, we're going to show you a picture of one of the, say, great characters in the movies, one of the actors. We're going to try to guess not the name of the actor, the real name. We're going to try to guess the name of the character in the movie.
Okay.
So hopefully the winner will
Buys
get us the dinner this time if he wins.
This should be easy for you because you always have the movie segment.
Well,
He never
think
wins.
no, not really. Well, let's start and
Let's
see.
see.
Yeah, let's see. Let's start
go.
with the first one.
Ahmed Shalas.
James Bond.
James
James
Bond.
Bond. James Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond.
We need.
James Bond.
I think I heard someone here say it
I
first.
said it
That was
first.
me. No, that was me.
Was it you?
I
Are
said
you
it.
planning to be the winner tonight?
Yes, Russia's not here. This is my chance.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack.
Jack
Sparrow.
Sparrow.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you're really
I said it first.
She's just staring at it. We were having a
okay.
conversation.
Well, by the way, the name is already there. This is the Joker.
The Joker.
The Joker.
I said that.
Okay.
The Joker. By the way, why do we have two Jokers? Because this is who and who?
Joaquin
This is
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix
Heath
from
Ledger.
the latest Joker, and this is
Ledger.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Wait, guys, can we like not get so excited?
We need a judge.
Who's the judge?
You're
I
the judge.
should be the judge.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, let's be nice to our guests. Let's
give
let's
it-
let's,
give
let's
him
give
a
him the
chance.
chance.
Okay.
Let's give him the chance to guess the next one.
Okay.
Give him the chance to buy dinner.
Yalla. Yes, exactly.
I'll be
So,
the judge, okay?
Rocky.
There we go.
Rocky
There you
Balboa.
go.
Rocky
When
Balboa.
he said
Balboa.
it, he said it. He said it.
Okay, good. Next. Priority 4. See, Balboa.
What's his wife's name?
have no clue.
Oh, I don't know.
Silence of the Lambs.
Hannibal Lecter.
There you go.
Hannibal
There
Lecter.
you go.
Oh, Hannibal, right.
Yeah, I
Very
think he's winning.
good.
He's gonna owe us dinner.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yep.
Anthony Hopkins,
Like
right.
before this, he said he doesn't know any movies.
He's a
He's
psychotherapist.
good. You're good.
Okay, next round.
Next round. Let's see.
Oh, I
The
don't
late
know.
The Starbucks
from
guy.
Friends.
It's this guy from Friends, yeah.
Yeah, you guys know.
Gunther.
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 Yeah.
Did you have to think about it?
No, I was giving them the chance.
He doesn't have
From
to think
Friends.
about that,
He just
no.
passed away like
Yeah,
6
he
months
just passed
ago.
away.
Yeah. Okay, let's see the next one.
Round 8.
Troy.
What do you mean Troy? It's not
Thor.
Troy.
I said
Not
Troy.
Troy. She said Troy.
He's an Avenger.
I said Troy.
You said Troy?
We said it together, I guess. No, I said Troy too.
Troy was Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is an
Thor.
Avenger.
Thor.
This is the Avengers. He's the most famous.
No one knows
I
Thor.
said Thor.
You
I
didn't
don't-
say. You said
I'm
Troy.
very bad with Marvel.
So who
and-
got that point?
Sued.
So far, I think I got
So you're
three,
winning
I don't know.
points.
How many rounds are left?
7, I guess.
Round 9.
Jack. Titanic.
Come back.
Come back.
DiCaprio on Titanic. Jack, come back.
Jack.
Guys,
What
final
was,
round.
what was the girl's name?
Rose.
Rose.
So I
Good
get the point.
job. Good job. Okay, you can buy the desserts. He will buy the dinner.
Final round.
Forrest
Gump.
Gump. Forrest Gump. I
Forrest
said it
Gump.
first. I said it first.
You did?
I
You're
did.
still buying the dessert.
Do we have one more? Is that it?
Is there one more? I like this game. Let's play it more.
Buzz
Toy
Lightyear.
Story.
And
Woody Harrelson.
and what's
Andy.
his name?
Woody.
Andy. Yeah.
Woody.
Who said Andy?
Is it not
There's
Andy?
no Andy. Okay, by the way, who are playing the characters? Who's Woody?
Woody Harrelson
Tim
and
Allen.
Tom Hanks.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen is
Tim
Buzz.
Wow.
Yes.
This is Tom Hanks.
Bad at this.
And by the way, there's a movie coming up very soon. The whole movie is about Buzz. To infinity.
And beyond.
Good job, guys. You watch a lot of animations.
Living the childhood.
It's Toy Story. Come on.
Yes, part 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's no way you can miss
And we're
it.
going.
Is there more?
That's it.
Can we play more? Oh,
Can we
there's
play
no
more next week? Join us next week with another game.
So what's
won?
what's I don't know. You tell me.
We lost
I
track.
was the judge. I was supposed to keep
What's,
track of the
what's
points,
the
but
score?
I think he actually won.
I think I won.
I think
Yes.
he won.
Yay.
Second place,
Our guest
Eliana.
won.
Then congratulations.
Congratulations, you owe
You
us
win and you owe us dinner.
Yeah.
Because the
Thanks for coming to the show.
I'll just have a salad.
Okay. And by the way, remember, tonight we're celebrating 2 beautiful occasions, the Happiness Day and also Mother's Day. We had a questionnaire about happiness with you, Saud, the one that we saw in the middle of your interview. Now we're going to see what people have to say about Mother's Day. Good job, AJ. Let's watch it together. And then we're going to do the movies. Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mom.
Dear Mom, Happy Mother's Day. I love you. Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mom.
I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. I wish you the best of your life and to be happy with what you have and best of luck to you.
So fun
That was a fun
tonight.
game, right?
Yeah, and I liked, getting a guest and then the guest buys us dinner.
That would be
We
tremendous.
should do this more often.
Yeah, we should. We should. You know, finally I get to do this segment with you.
Oh, okay. I'm so glad that you're doing it tonight. My pleasure, AJ. So, as usual, we're going to be taking like a quick look at some of the movies, whether it's the Indian movies in Bollywood or in Hollywood, and so on. Now, we're going to start with Bollywood, and the cool news is that finally, after like a very long time, the Kuwaiti cinemas started to bring Indian movies. And when I say Indian, we do have Indian movies every week, but usually they're Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, and so on, but not
the
Hindi.
mainstream main movies.
Right. For some reason, they disappeared.
You haven't figured out what happened?
No. I
All your
don't like to be.
connections?
No, I don't like to be
Group
so
WhatsApp?
nosy.
No.
No. I'm not you, AJ.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, yes, we have a couple of movies. One of them started already, Bachchan Pandi by Akshay Kumar. This is
I like Akshay Kumar.
Akshay Kumar, a lot of people like him because he's funny and so on. But you know what? I don't really like him when he's being so funny. I don't think he's so funny.
He's
I
good
like him
for
in the
action.
drama.
Drama, action, he can
I
do that.
like him in the drama
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
and he
I don't think
doesn't-
he's a comedian.
Well, 90% of his movies are comedy.
Yeah, but I don't watch those.
He's yes, I agree with you. He's way much better in
Way much
drama.
better serious
So
drama.
Bachchan Pandi is a action comedy film. It's a remake of a Telugu movie from before. And even the character's name, Bachchan Pandi, is taken from the movie that Akshay has done like 15 years ago. So they adapted the movie and also the character's name. The movie...
Is it releasing here? and
Yes,
in
released in
India?
Kuwait,
Okay,
finally, as
cool.
I said.
Great.
Today in India, last
Okay.
night in Kuwait, and I saw the movie, almost 3 hours as usual with the Indian movies. It's a very commercial movie.
Very
like
commercial.
Masala
Bollywood,
thing.
Lots of music scenes.
Yes.
Okay. singing, dancing.
Jacqueline Fernandez, by the way, is in the movie.
Jacqueline Fernandez.
Yes.
That's
the,
an Indian
the
actor?
ex,
Actress?
She's actually from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
But
okay.
she was Miss Beauty of the world.
Okay.
Like 15 years
nice.
ago or 20, I
15
don't
years
remember.
ago, nice.
She's still like gorgeous and good looking.
Okay.
And
You recommend me watching this movie?
only if you want to have fun. I mean, there's no depth in the movie. It's just an action movie.
I see.
Okay. The other Kriti Sanon, by the way, is also in the movie. She's the lead in the movie.
Okay.
Jacqueline Fernandez is just in an extended cameo. So the other movie you want to talk about is not in the theaters, but it's in Prime.
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Released today. It's entitled Jalsa.
Jalsa. Is it what I think it is?
Like Jalsa, like the Arabic Jalsa?
No,
Not really.
has nothing to
No, no. The cool thing, it's by Vidya Balan. Vidya Balan is one of the great Indian actresses the past 20 years, and I really admire her. She always likes to do biopics because she likes to do like real life stories, and she's a big, let's say, feminist, trying to highlight the role of women, and she does really well in that. So this is another movie which she does, and it's going to be in Prime tonight. Tonight, right
Would
now.
you watch it
Right
tonight?
now, I would. Well, not tonight,
You're not-
maybe.
You're intrigued in this movie?
Yes.
Okay.
What about let's go to the local, ongoing
yeah.
movies?
Okay, what's
The Batman.
releasing? Okay, the Batman. Batman's been out for now 2 weeks, I want to say.
Yes.
Couple.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
that's the second week.
So we both watched it. Did you go see it again?
I watched it like 1.5 times.
How? If the first time we said we didn't really watch it
Yeah,
comfortably,
because the first
what
time
happened
I
the
was
second
jet
time?
lagged.
Yeah.
So I saw half of the movie and I
Right.
was asleep for the
Oh,
rest.
so you actually did watch?
I did.
Okay, okay. I thought the first one. Okay.
Yes.
So.
What do you
now,
think of it?
Okay, the first time I watched it, I haven't watched the second time. I have to watch it the second time.
Okay.
But I didn't like it the first time I saw it because
You and Shabi, you're going to be out of this,
No,
not
no,
just
let
out
me-
of the
let
show,
me
out of
explain
this world.
myself.
You cannot say you don't like the Batman movie.
let me explain myself.
Okay.
I developed pink eye right in the middle watching this movie. So I was watching this movie while rubbing my eyes for 3 hours.
Like, were you sleepy or like what? Or
I
like you
just
were
had-
bored?
I had this condition develop in the middle of the movie.
Okay.
A medical condition, right?
Uh-huh.
So I want to watch it again without having this issue, pay attention to the script, the dialogue, the action, because I almost missed all of that. But Robert Pattinson is a tremendous actor.
He is.
I want to watch it again to make sure he did a great portrayal of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, as the guy is waiting for your approval.
No.
or you're Mr.
You're just
Delicate.
really angry that I don't like it. I haven't really watched it. I need to give it a second chance.
I'm
That's
not.
all.
Okay, yes, I have to say again that Robert Pattinson, as you said, I mean, when he
Tremendous
started in The Twilight,
Yeah.
he was terrible. I mean, the way I
Yeah,
see it.
but he worked so hard to change that perception of him.
He did. He did
did.
very good job. He
Yes.
started to have really good movies after that, and he did really great job.
Yes.
And I started to respect him as an actor. So, although, like again, and I keep saying this, I liked a lot Kristen Bell and Michael Keaton before, and Ben Affleck. I admire him.
Yes.
I wasn't that happy that they removed Ben Affleck, but then with the first day when they said Robert Pattinson, I said, what?
Everyone
but then
was like that.
But then I know Robert Pattinson is a great actor.
Yeah.
He did prove himself.
He
The
did,
movie is
he
good.
did, he did.
So you don't have to watch it. I'm telling you, he's good.
Fair enough then. Fair enough.
Okay, what about the other movies? We have a movie that is just released, and this is called Ambulance.
Ambulance. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh my God, this is
Another
so good.
tremendous actor. He's so good.
I agree.
So many great
There are a
movies.
lot of great actors
Yeah.
and great movies. This is good for us.
Hopefully one day I get to join them.
Maybe. By the way, do you know that this is a remake?
A remake?
Movie? Yeah.
Same title of the movie?
Same title.
Released back in?
Like 2013, maybe. I'm not really sure,
Not
100%.
that old.
Not that old. So I'm glad they did actually remake the
Okay.
movie because Jake Gyllenhaal did a great job. But in the original movie, they were two white brothers. And here, if you notice, I don't know, like maybe from the poster,
Okay.
black and white, and he adopted the brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
Mixing it up.
Yahya Abdul Mateen II.
Oh.
He's a good actor.
Cool.
So
That's the guy on the left.
The guy on the left.
Cool,
Really, and this is a Mexican actress with them. Really good
Very
actor.
diverse cast. I love that.
Three of them, they're doing
Yeah.
great job. The movie is so action-packed. It would remind you definitely of Speed, if you remember Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
yeah.
Because, like, you can't breathe. Like,
That's cool. So
yeah.
you've watched it?
I did.
Man, you watch everything.
I did. And it's 2 hours movie, by the way.
Nice.
But you will not feel
So
bored in any
basically,
second.
Heist gone wrong.
Yes.
Basically,
Yes.
heist
Robbing a
gone wrong.
bank, and I
I get to
loved
have
it.
some popcorn. Never had popcorn on this show.
Part of the decoration, but you
Can
can
I
have
popcorn?
some.
You know? Is it real?
It's plastic. No, I'm kidding. You can eat it.
Did you poison it?
No, I did not. Come on. You're such a sweet guy. I'm not going to do this to you. Okay, so another movie that is just released is called Ted K. It's a biographic movie. Biopic, yeah. And I saw it. It's so depressing.
So depressing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good movie. The actor is amazing.
Did you shed a tear?
No, it's depressing in the sense because it talks about a Unabomber.
Okay.
And they tell us his story from the day he started till he was caught, luckily. And the movie is so depressing because it focuses on his life and why he's doing so. And having bombs here and there and innocent people die,
Yeah.
it is depressing. And the whole movie is about that.
Oh, wow.
I was so relieved when the movie finished because I felt like, oh God, like I need to breathe.
You need to breathe.
Seriously.
It was heavy.
So heavy. So I don't really recommend you watch it.
Is this a new movie though? Did
It's-
it release
it's-
last
it's
year?
2022.
2022.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when I was prepping for the show and getting the editing
It's
done.
new.
Okay, it's new.
Sharlto Copley, who's a South African actor, he's really good. He was in Maleficent, by the way, The King.
Oh, he was in Maleficent. Okay,
Yes,
cool.
he did really good job. The direction and the performance is amazing. If you want to see like a good movie, you can watch it. But if you don't want to be depressed and it's Happiness Day,
I kind of do
Don't
like
go
those
and watch
kind of
it.
movies. I like heavy movies. Is that weird? I just like those. And I make those kind of films.
yeah, heavy from the, let's say, artistic wise, maybe. Okay, another cool movie that people can go and take their families.
Yes.
And it's starting Monday, 3 days from now.
On a Monday.
Yes.
In Kuwait?
Because the classical movies, they started to have a different date now. They release them every Monday. So we can have The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz. 1939?
1938, right.
1938.
Or
wow.
1939, yeah, almost there.
Oh, wow. You've seen this
This
movie?
is, I've seen it several times.
Okay.
It's one of the best classical movies ever. The cinematography, the acting, the direction is all great. By the way, they changed the director. The first director left the movie to go and work in Gone with the Wind.
Right.
Another
okay,
masterpiece.
Okay, another masterpiece. Another
So,
masterpiece.
but it was a big thing because imagine 1939, half of the movie is like black white, and then the other half is like colored. Because she, you know, this is the fantasy in the movie, and it was like 1939 to see a colored movie. That should be like really great thing.
That's really, really great.
And the characters, you know, the thin guy, the lion, and the girl. By the way, I don't know if you know Liza Minnelli, or was she from the older generation before you?
Yeah,
She's
I'm
a great
new.
actress.
I'm
and
new.
singer. I know. You know, like. Okay. You said Justin Bieber last time, right? Justin
Okay,
Bieber?
we're gonna
well,
just
I'm just trying to figure out what generation you're in. Okay, so The Wizard of Oz is a masterpiece. You have to watch it with the family.
Yes.
Restored
I'm so
version.
glad that we're getting this opportunity in Kuwait
Right.
to rewatch all these great movies. Godfather, this film, so many great movies from the past that we now get to re-experience on the big screen with the new technology that we have today.
The UNESCO recognized the movie because it's really a great movie. In 1989, also it was in the Library of the Congress as like one of the masterpieces movies.
Yeah.
And a lot of critics consider it like one of the best movies ever throughout the history
Have
of
they
cinema.
remade this recently?
No. As far as I know, no. But there was like a spin-off
There
with
was.
The Witch. So yeah, but no.
I wonder if they're gonna. Probably. How would
Maybe.
you know? Like Shahabi says,
Right.
they like to milk it.
True,
You know?
true. I asked about Liza Minnelli because the girl is the mother of the famous actress Liza Minnelli. There's a big story behind the movie. It was like really, like they went through like tough time, and then they made a movie about the girl when she grew up, Judy.
Judy.
It's called Judy. I think it was released a couple of years ago. Really nice movie.
Cool.
And they talk about her when she was filming as a child this film, and the behind the scenes wasn't pleasant.
It wasn't pleasant?
No, no.
Not at
She
all?
suffered a lot. You know, at that time, I don't know. Okay, let's go to the US box office.
Okay.
They have a good movie entitled The Outfit, and it's not released in Kuwait yet.
Not yet.
Not
Probably
yet,
coming
no.
at some point.
The movie is really good because it has really a good ensemble cast,
Yeah, it's an
mainly
ensemble
Mark Rylance, and you know he's a British actor. I think he's over 70, if not 80.
Yeah.
He's he was nominated for the Oscar more than one time, so he's really good. It's an action, well maybe not action, thriller movie, crime and
Yeah.
drama.
Okay.
You have to watch it when it comes to Kuwait because it's a very, very, very good movie.
Wait, so you're saying you've seen it?
Yes.
That okay? I need that connection.
I
swear to God. I
all
swear
the
to God.
producers of Hollywood, you know. Okay, I think since we talked about the classic movies,
Yes.
there is Mr. K, or actually Monsieur, because in French, K, by Alain Delon. It's a classic movie. They just released it in the US. It's a movie from 1976 by the famous Alain Delon. You know Alain Delon, right?
Sure.
Oh my God, do you know George Clooney?
Yes.
Okay, and you know how women are crazy about George Clooney? Alain Delon, in the 70s and
Yeah.
the 60s and early 80s, he was the dream of every, girl in this world
that
who
makes
like
sense. Okay.
the superstars.
Thanks for the explanation.
Yeah, and he was the producer, by the way. But the movie was really good.
Okay.
Highly praised by the critics, and this is why they're showing it again there. I wish they can bring it also to 1954 cinema here that we have.
That would be good.
Hopefully. Okay, another upcoming movie in the US, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Have you heard about it?
That's an interesting title.
It is.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see it
Why?
because it's going to be banned in Kuwait.
Oh, you already know this. Great.
I already saw
Great.
it.
I'll rest my case. I'll rest
Okay.
my case.
Okay, it's already banned in Kuwait, Saudi
Great.
Arabia.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Dubai, but it's banned in most of the Arab countries.
Perfect.
Because it tackles a lot of issues that does not go with the Arab culture.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
yeah, the movie has a lot of things, and it's too hard to like do the cuts.
Yeah.
So the whole movie is banned.
understand.
But it's a very good movie for those who like comics and your generation.
Okay, so basically it's about
Games and
Games, okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't say superheroes, but you know, people with special abilities to do things.
special abilities to do things.
And then the cool thing, it has a lot of like the leads are all Asians. In fact, the main lead, the actress, she's Malaysian and she's been in the what's the name of the movie? She was nominated for the Oscar, the Tiger thing, if you remember, like 10 years ago.
Tiger.
I can't
yeah,
remember.
Wow, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Tiger thing.
Tiger thing.
Yes, I don't really remember the Crouching Tiger, the hidden sword, hidden
Isn't it a
dragon,
tiger
Crouching
on a
Tiger.
boat in the middle of the ocean?
No, not the Life of Pi.
Not the Life of Pi.
No, that's
so I
different.
don't know what you're talking
That's
about.
different.
then.
The 2000 movie.
Oh,
you were just born
it's
maybe at
much
that time?
older. Yeah. I was 5.
You can have some more popcorn.
I was 5, so.
Okay. No. This movie was nominated for the Oscar
Okay,
also.
fair.
So it's a cool movie. If you get away to through the like the platforms to watch it in the future, do so.
All right.
But it's not going to be released here in Kuwait, definitely. Now, before we wrap up the movies, I don't know our director if we have enough time. I'd like to mention a movie which is not usual in our segment. It's an Arabic movie.
Yes.
It's called Champions or Al-Tal. It's a Saudi movie.
I heard about it.
It's a beautiful movie. I just saw it like a couple of nights ago. A beautiful movie made in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I can't remember the names of all the actors, but I know the very good Saudi actor Khalid Al-Harbi. By the way, he was born in Kuwait.
Cool.
Raised in Kuwait, but then he moved to Saudi Arabia.
Nice.
So this movie, The Champions, is a remake of a Spanish film. It's about a coach who teaches or he tries to help people with special needs to play soccer. And the movie is really nice, really beautiful for the family. I'm so surprised there is no enough marketing for it. Please
Where can
take
we
your
watch
kids.
it?
It's in the theaters of
It's
Kuwait.
in theaters?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
called the
okay.
Atal in Arabic.
We should
The
watch
Champions
it
in
then.
English.
We should support that kind
You
of talent
should.
we have
It's
in
a
the Middle
very
East.
good movie, well made, good acting, good direction, lovely story. Especially if you have kids, it's good to know about the kids with the special needs
Right.
and how to maybe deal with them. So, Champions is a movie for the whole family, definitely.
Okay, that's definitely, I'll look it up. I'll want to watch it.
Okay, so definitely next week we're gonna have more movies.
More
with us.
movies to talk about for sure.
If Shabi's here, that would be great. If
That would be
not,
great, huh?
it would be nice to have you again.
I'll always be able to do this with you.
Thank you.
Always.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go towards the end of our show after we take a short break. And by the way, we're celebrating the national songs. Bashar al-Shatti has a beautiful song that we played last week,
Yes,
but
National.
our director has prepared another great song by Bashar al-Shatti because of the whole occasion of the national days.
Yes.
Our director, can we play this song before we wrap up the show, please? Let's watch it together.
ذهب برقان ذهب نقطة تحول تسبق الأزمان ذهب منا تغيرنا بفضل الله وعمرنا تطورنا وزان الحال علينا زان ذهب منا تغيرنا بفضل الله وعمرنا تطورنا وزان الحال علينا زان ذهب نقطة تحول تسبق الأزمان
So we're at the end of the show. So all right, guys, we reached, as I said, the end of the show. I wish we can continue for the rest of the night. We have great stuff to say, but hope you had fun and happy moments with us tonight. And a small tip as we wrap up: consider what truly makes you happy and pursue it. And until we meet again next Friday, inshallah, enjoy the rest of your night. And we're gonna close our show with the band, Hassan and the band. Have a good night.